Morning. Oh, it's echoey. Oh, morning. Today Jack and I are going to be filming a few bits and bobs for a load of videos we've got coming out, which is I guess like review techie videos of various different Argon 18 bikes. So just getting some B-roll bits today. My ears have popped, so my voice sounds funny to me. Yeah, like that. And we're both on bikes. Whoop, whoop. Jack's currently on the grey matter, I'm currently on the dark matter, and for this little video we're going to do a bit of a comparison between the two, talking about what's different. I'm going to start with the first one. Number one, one's aluminium, one's carbon fibre. This one's alloy.
Oh, it's alloy.
This one's carbon. So for Argon 18, the grey matter is basically the baby brother of the dark matter. The idea of the grey matter was to bring a bike at a more entry-level price point, sort of designed around maybe someone who's looking for a second bike, or you know, their first gravel bike, something which they can use as a kind of commuter bike as well, that sort of thing. And they made it to be a very versatile bike. There's a bump here. Ooh. Bump! So the whole idea of it was to be a bike that was you could go out and get lost and go exploring on. The dark matter is a bit more of a burly, all-round, can do kind of everything bike. It's a carbon fibre frame. It's got lots of mounts and points on it to be able to mount stuff on. Slightly bigger clearance than the grey matter, but there's quite a lot of similarities as well. Both have integrated cabling, they both have the same geometry, they both have the same fork, so they have the same front tyre clearance, but the grey matter has slightly less clearance on the rear of the bike, about a 40mm tyre, maybe just over, while the dark matter can comfortably fit a 45mm tyre. Jack, this is your first time riding either of these bikes.
It is.
What's your first initial thoughts on the grey matter?
Feels very nice. It feels very sturdy. It feels smooth. It feels comfortable. We're on some nice gravel, and it's just, yeah, it's just really comfortable. I like it.
I'm going to put them on the dark matter later, and we can compare. Warmed up, huh?
I'm sweating.
It's because you're wearing a gilet and a long sleeve jersey.
Stealth.
Stealth. Like it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, do you want to swap?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with the big brother.
Big brother, I'll be on the little brother. We'll get your thoughts on this one now.
It's gonna be a tall boy.
What do you think?
I like it. Doesn't feel much different, to be honest.
Yeah.
Feels pretty similar. The only bits that feel slightly different are because the fit is slightly different. Bars are slightly narrower, which is more comfortable for me. So the reach is kind of hard to tell any difference. Saddle's a little bit higher than I would have it. But in terms of how it rides and how it feels, pretty much the same. Slightly wider tyres, so it's smooth. But that was smooth even with the 40s on. So.
Yeah, I mean, so you could run. This has got 45. This has got a 45 front and rear tyre, while this is running a 40 front and rear. But you could get away with a 45 on the front because the fork is exactly the same fork. And what they've done using the same fork is it's a wider fork, so it allows for bigger tyre clearance, but the bit where it's tight is round here, around the back, down there. Now, that's not a massive issue. It's still running a 45 on the front and a 40 on the rear is quite nice. Would work really well. As I've sort of said, the difference is really down between the bikes is what's in your budget. The dark matter is a more premium bike. It is a, you know, more out and out race adventure kind of do it all rugged bike. The grey matter is I think a fantastic option if you're looking for something as a more, I guess, a way to dip your toes into the venom of gravel. In terms of setup, as I said, I've tried to set them up pretty similarly. There are a few little differences. Like I said, the stem is shorter on the grey matter by 10mm, but the handlebars are also wider, so it's to compensate for that. We're using a different bar. It's the gravel bar as opposed to the all-road bar. Different seat post is a dropper as opposed to an inline seat post, but it's still an Enve seat post. and then slightly different wheels and group set, and that's kind of down to wanting to try out different things, but it's still pretty close. This is AG 25 wheels, while the other one's on a set of SES 3.4s. Both got Chris King hubs on them, so the hubs are the same kind of hubs, and then the group set is different, like one being a 12-speed GRX group set and one being an 11-speed Di2 GRX group set. So there are similarities in them, but there are differences as well. It's close enough that you can kind of get a vibe for it. You're going to feel the weight.
Similar.
Bear in mind that the Dark Matter has got two full water bottles and a load of tools on it.
But it doesn't feel much heavier, or if at all heavier. So I imagine this is lighter.
Yeah.
But
there's not much in it, right?
Much in it.
Yeah. Down to what are your goals and aims? Like if you're looking for a bike which you could do some pretty rugged, rough stuff on, and you know, do some gravel races, do some bike packing, maybe consider the Dark Matter. If you're looking for something which is your step into gravel as like an entry point bike, and also something which you can do like trips and adventures on, maybe the Grey Matter, being a slightly cheaper bike, means you could be a bit less precious about it maybe. But I mean, they're both fantastic. I really like them both. I have to really stress that, but I think they're both really good bikes. And I love the fact that Argon 18 are offering these two bikes, you know, a more entry model and then a more premium one. I think it's fantastic for a brand to be doing that, and feel very lucky to be able to try them out and ride them both. Like, one thing I've noticed is actually when I go out riding, I generally just pick the one that's the cleanest, because it's just rides nicer, and then I end up cleaning them both because they're both filthy, which is, I guess, a problem on my half, but that's because I like riding them both.
It's nice to know as well that they have the same mounting points, pretty much, don't they? So is there anything extra on this one that's not on this one in terms of mounting? So it looks like you can mount loads on both of them.
You can mount tons on both of them. The Grey Matter has more mounting points. So both have got 3 mounting points on the fork, same fork. Both have got top tube bolts, so you can bolt on a top tube bag. And then the Grey Matter has got 1, 2, 3 bolts here, which the Dark Matter also does. But then the Dark Matter has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the down tube. But actually, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe they do have the same bolts on it. So actually, there's just a shit ton of bolting points all over them. So we've got what? How many in that triangle? 1, 2, 3. You could effectively fit 2 if you wanted to. You could probably fit 3 water bottles in the frame. It's going to take a bit of thinking on how to do that, but there's enough bolt points that you could effectively fit 3 water bottles in both frames. They both got mounts for panniers, so you can mount pannier bags on them, which is these bits here. Because it's an alloy frame, it has a bridge on it, but these are the mounts for, say, like you know, pannier bags. Same here, you've got pannier mounts. And then if you wanted to mount mud guards, you would mount the mud guard through here and then down here by the bottom bracket as well. Same vibe on this one. If you wanted to mount mud guards, you would mount it. You have like a bridge point that you add in here, and then you've got a mounting point on the underside to add it on there, and then obviously through the stays effectively, depends how you mount it. But there's so many mounting points on them, so you can mount fenders, you can mount mud guards, you can have tons of bottles, you can have a bolted on top tube bag. You've got the ability to add on a dynamo light at the front if you wanted to mount it on the fork crown here. They both have that as well, and they both got 1, 2, 3 points to mount on the forks as well. So Tailfin do like luggage options that you can mount them on the forks, and it mounts them there really nicely.
You can even mount teeny tiny spiders.
Oh, we've got a spider.
Oh, hello.
I can't even see it. Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Yeah, I hope that's somehow an easy comparison. I mean, when you look at the frames, they obviously look a bit different, one being carbon fiber, one being aluminium. There are very slight differences, which kind of comes down to allowing for that larger tire clearance on the Dark Matter. So you've got a drop stay on the rear end, for example. But in terms of actually riding them, the position that you would be in is the same. They feel very similar to ride. Aluminium frames now, in my opinion, the quality is very, very good. Obviously, it depends on your budgets and what brand you're buying, but generally speaking the quality is really, really good now on aluminium frames, and carbon fiber frames as well. Like, everything is at a very good standard now. The technology has advanced so much over the last couple of years that it's all very, very good. It doesn't really matter too much on your price point, and they're nice, they're lovely, they're both lovely colours. Happy?
Should we actually ride them now? Yeah.
We've got to film a load of shit and ride them, right?
Let's go!
Let's go! Yeah, we've done all that. We're now going to go for a little ride, and then we're going to get a drone out. It's a productive day.
We're going to fly.
Fly, fly,
Fly. Snakes on a plane.
We've done a lot of our photo and videoing stuff. This is a day in the life of us doing things. Yeah, you look sick, bro. So good.
What up?
Right, thank you for watching this comparison video between the dark matter and the grey matter. If you have any questions about either of the bikes, please drop me a comment below and I will answer them the best I can. And if I don't know the answer, I will reach out to the right people to get the answer for you. We're gonna go home now. Say bye, Jack.
Bye! Dropper!
Yeah.